What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? You're now tuned into the 50-50 Felipe show, and I'm your host, Felipe, man. Let's straighten up some things, man. That money machine, just counting up that money, that bread, that moolah. Whatever you call that money, them coins, them dividends, them funds. Huh? What up? 100,000 out of 100,000. Huh? 100,000 out of 100,000. Huh? Huh? Yeah, music to my ears. Huh? Music to my ears. 100,000 out of 100,000. That bread, man. That money, man. You broke niggas think somebody dying. You think that's a beep. Like, you broke niggas don't know what that is. You broke niggas think somebody dead. Like, he crying, hey, the beep, he crying. You broke niggas think he pushing, you broke niggas think that's a doctor pushing on somebody's chest. Breathe. 1 and then a 2 and then a 3 and then you got. Then they hear the beat, they think the nigga dead. You broke niggas. Live niggas respect it. You heard? 100,000 out of 100,000. $1 million like 100,000. 100,000 out of 100,000. $1 million like 100,000. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What up, man? Yo, you already know what time it is. If you don't, allow me to introduce myself. Welcome to the 50-50 Felipe show. I'm your host, Felipe. That's me. You know what I mean? I'm the one going to be running this, pushing this yacht, driving this boat. You hear, sir? I'm the only one going to be doing that. Because if I don't do it, who's going to show up for me, man? Name a nigga can show up for me, man. Out here. I ain't starting nothing. I'm just stating the obvious. Name a nigga that can show up for me, man. I'll wait. Wake me up when you find a nigga that can show up for me, man. Like I thought. Like I mother effing thought. Man, I ain't even saying mother effing. I'm getting straight to the cuss words. Knicks at 6, suck my dick. 100,000 like 100,000. Millions like 100,000. Knicks at 6, suck my dick. Yeah. We are not in it. But hold on. Let me pump my brakes. This episode is backed up and sponsored by Tasty Soul Food Platters. You already know that. I just feel I had to tell you again. This episode is also backed up and sponsored by Brick Face Clothing. You already know that. I just felt I had to tell you that. Dig? Because some people will be acting stupid. You know what I mean? Let's start the show, man. Let's start off the right way. Like and subscribe, and share. And I'm going to smack your favorite hater. Now, I may say it in high definition or express it. Like I'm about to express it today. But I'm going to slap your favorite hater because you know why? Some of them haters be our close friends. And that's all I'm going to say tonight on my show. Some of your haters be your close friends. Oh, God. So I'm going to smack a hater. All I want you to do is like, subscribe, and share something. But I'm going to pop off on your hater because you can't. Sometimes we don't want to beat up on our friends. But they hate so much. I'm going to get them for you. I went oops upside that nigga head. Dumb niggas. I went oops upside them niggas' heads. You heard? I went oops upside them niggas' heads. Shout out to the whole 50-50 family. Shout out to New York City. Shout out to New Jersey. Shout out to Delaware. You know what I mean? If you know me, I always express my love for whoever I fuck with. You dig? So if you know me, you know what time it is. Big major shout out to my nigga Designer K. Feel what I'm trying to say? Can't get no realer than that. Especially nowadays in the room full of vultures. You dig me? Can't get no realer than that though. But yeah, you tuned in, man. This the show right here. This the one right here. Give me some time. This the uno right here. This is the uno. This is not the dos. This is not the tres or whatever three is. This is the uno. You dig? I'm trying to tell you. This is the one right here. Not this episode, but this show particularly. Give me some time. I'm gonna creep up on you like a thief in the night. You heard? Or like a felon with 3 strikes. You heard? Give me some time. R.I.P. to my nigga Dula, man. R.I.P. to my nigga Bebe. Word up. Rest in peace to anybody lost a loved one out there, man. Close friend. Somebody that they really miss. And, in times like this, you really miss your, close friends because you wish they was here, how real they kept it. You dig me? You around all these fake niggas who you thought was good. But, when you start looking back at things, you be like, oh, I understand. You dig me? But it shouldn't be like that, but that's the way it is. Huh! Yo, Knicks at 6, suck my dick, man. Yes, we are out of the goddamn NBA Finals, right? The New York City Knicks, man, they got that one victory, man. We was excited. I kind of knew it wasn't going to last. I'm a real Knicks fan. And just because you're a fan of a certain team don't mean that you always got to be like, we're going to win every night. Yes, you want them to win every night, but you got to think like a coach. You got people that's hurt. You got people that's not shooting well. You're witnessing things. You can't just be sitting at home judging the game and, oh, I would have did this and why he did that. They playing every night. And now the playoffs, that's when you really have to show in the finals, NBA finals, playoffs. That's when you really have to show your skills. You have to breathe different, your body different. You have to eat different because you're going back to back, and it's heavy banging. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? Contact. It's a lot of physical play. We talking about the championship here, the trophy. Feel me? Talking about the trophy. Feel me? So yeah. So it's kind of different for around that time of the season was ending. They want that trophy, and you don't want to go that far and not, give it your all. Win, lose, or draw. Sometimes I've heard, how they show huddles from the skybox, and you can hear not the play, but they'll put the mic on the coach moments or seconds before they 1, 2, 3 hit, and step off back on court. You always hear the coach say, win, lose, or draw, play your best. That's what it's about. You know what I mean? I've heard a lot of coaches say that, especially when Mike was playing, especially when Kobe was playing. You did. That's a fact. So for my team to have made it that far was cool. Especially we weren't looking good, which is the Knicks. It wasn't looking good. We wasn't looking good until we pulled off game, 5, I believe? Yeah. Typical New York shit. Get a little sign and go around with it. Knicks at 6, suck my dick. That was hilarious. That was the highlight of the NBA. Even when as though the Knicks didn't win the trophy, didn't make it to the end. Made it close enough, and I'm proud of them. I'm proud of the Knicks. I definitely am proud of the Knicks. I'm proud of the Knicks. I'm proud of the Knicks. But no matter who win that trophy, what you're going to see and hear a lot, the repeat, especially when they show the Knicks, they Knicks at 6. Suck my dick. That's just what it is, man. You know what I mean? So the New York Knicks, man, I pretty much got a love-hate relationship with them. I'm born into it. That's just what it is. But I know a little bit about the team, like management, coaches for years, a lot of players for years. I followed that. You know what I'm saying? I fell off maybe like the last 2 years. I fell off like keeping up with them and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because I was more or less into different teams and stuff. Like you close, if you're a fan of a certain team, you do feel a certain kind of way when they ain't winning. You dig me? You tired of losing. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna name no teams that's equivalent in the NFL or the NBA or the NHL or even baseball. I'm not going to name any certain teams, but we all know is there's some teams that don't lose a lot in every sport. Now I won't even name those teams, but we all know there's some teams that win a lot in every sport. There's some teams that win a lot in basketball. There's some teams that win a lot in football. It's like two or three teams that win a lot in basketball. There's two or three teams that win a lot in football. There's two or three teams win a lot in baseball, or maybe more than two or three. Maybe it'd be like five, especially with NBA. Because like the East Coast and the West Coast, you may have three teams over here that's super good and two over here, or four over here and one. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say no sides because no, but I'm aware. So, for them to have with that far the New York Knicks, I was like really excited. You know what I mean? Especially when they came back in five after being down 20. So shout out to the Knicks for that, man. I think that they did a good job. They need some more work. I don't know who's leaving, who's staying, who's going. I catch up on the Knicks when they do stuff like this. I ain't gonna lie. When they got a mean streak, I come in because I be tired of coming in and being there through the whole process and they just fumble. Come on, man, that's what we do. Pat Ewing, it's the only name I'm gonna say right now because I gotta paint a picture that's vivid. Pat Ewing goes all the way up to the basketball rim and instead of dunking it, he tried to finger roll it like he Michael Jordan or somebody. Second name I said. But we gotta mention the greats. When you mention a great, you did. So, you know what I mean? He tried to come in with his like he Michael Jordan. This the rim right here, and this Patrick Ewing hand way over the rim like this. Instead of the nigga like bang, he go stupid. So I was mad right then and there. That took me apart. Then a lot with Strickland, keeping us in the fight and playing hard and really not giving that extra push. Let me chill because I'm saying these names, man. But yeah, man, I'm a Knicks fan, man. So and there ain't nothing wrong with me saying the names, but when you say names, we talk about sports, it talks. If you notice, you talk about another athlete in the same, maybe on the same team, opposite team, but definitely in the same sport. So you'll definitely you'll definitely just keep going on. And I just really came here to say Knicks at six suck my dick. That's it. Next year, New York City Knicks, next year, baby. Next year. Y'all did good. I'm proud of y'all. Knicks at six suck my dick. You dig me? They did very good. You know what I mean? Very good. Proud of them. I thought they surprised me. That little girl, Miss Shirley, that be dancing with her boots on the ground. That's like what? She's like 4 years old, or maybe five. I don't know how old she is, but she's all over the internet. I just think personally, it's too much. A lot of things is too much. When I first was introduced to her, when I caught on to her with the boots on the ground, the dance was definitely too much. But I let it go because she's a child and I don't want to imagine the things that people could do and do to her. So I don't even entertain that thought because she's just a child and I wouldn't believe that nobody else would do it, even not even just protecting her mentally, but won't even have that thought. But I'm so much of a protector. I'm thinking all the things that could happen to this little girl that's with her boots on the ground and throwing her hips. You know what I mean? So the dance was all right. I let it slide. I was like, damn, her mother always did because I started watching more of her. So I said, oh, her mom's always there. She good. Her mom's ain't gonna let her hurt her or nothing like that. Then I start seeing her like on talk shows at the well, she been according to her mother and footage, there's footage of her been doing that. But I'm saying to myself at 4, she's only 4 or 5. So how long and what was she doing back then that was going viral? Was she doing this at 4? But she definitely got an eye for this camera. She definitely knows how to she's camera ready. She definitely has the attitude. So all of that just showed this ain't new. This ain't new for her. So that made a lot of sense. Cause for me to get knowledge of her on boots on the ground, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I started paying attention to her. She knows how to conduct herself in doing interviews. Um, she knows how to let the host. I'm at the host. She had the host talk, then she respond. I seen her on different shows, like early morning shows. She's been a guest on a few shows dancing. Um, somebody called. Where I'm from is BCW, Dyfus. Somebody called Dyfus on the mother, right? And the mother came on the internet going off on whoever calling. Then somebody claimed and said they did it. Now, I don't know if that person did it or not, but whoever did it felt as though it was a little too inappropriate. Then she was at a meet and greet and she hugging fans, hugging guys. I seen all this. This is stuff that I seen. She hugging guys, hugging fans, just like she grown. Now I think that's way guys picking her up, taking pictures with her. Hey, like I said, you don't want to think that. And what I say you don't want to think is just the ignorance and the kind of people that's out here. You don't want to think nothing like that. That's what I'm saying. Only because of the kind of people out here. You got the kind of people out here that do anything with their children. You just hear about the lady who sold her child for $1,100 to a witchcrafter in I believe Africa. Some witchcraft to do whatever. She sold her reported a child missing. You don't want to think like that, but this shit is happening. And one thing about when stuff is happening with me, I don't act like it can't happen no more. It's already proven that it's happening, so I'm already now. I got to prepare myself if I ain't already. Once I see it happening, oh, it's real deal Holyfield. So I'm not wishing nothing on Miss Shirley. That's her name. That's her stage name. She's 4 years old and calls herself Miss Shirley. Boots on the ground, right? That's what she's known for. The song that I know. That's what I know her from. But prior to that song, she did have viral things going on. I seen her with her mom clothes on, just doing too much. When I started watching, like, wow. I mean, but who am I to blame? You got parents out here. You got people on here on the internet dressing their kids, making their kids stand sexy at 5 years old. Why wasn't nobody standing like that in any of their pictures? They stood straight the fuck up. Now you got these 3-year-old, these 4-year-olds standing with their leg bent. It's like their mom bending their leg. It's like their mom bending their leg to take them sexy pictures. That's not cute. So it's just stuff like that, man. So Miss Shirley, I just believe that she's a little too young for certain things. She's definitely a little too young. She's way too young to be meeting people and being around different guys, different hands-on guys, and guys picking her up. Anybody, just anybody, man. If you're gonna do a meet and greet, you can't touch her. You can stand next to her, but all that holding her, like. But you got people, like I said, man. They selling their children. However they do, you got some people gas their daughter up to marry an African, and then the mom want 2,000 out to 10,000 to the African she married. You got mothers out here gassing up their daughter, their young adult daughter, to marry an African. And then the mother wants $2,000 out of it, and she wants some of the income tax money you get for the kids and everything. These mothers is selling their goddamn kids any which way you look at it. And it's been going on for years and years and years and years and years and years and years without parents. It has been. So when you think about it, it's crazy. But it is what it is, because at the end of the day, you have to be a parent. You have to stay on top of your child. You have to do what you got to do. For real. But Miss Shirley need to chill. I ain't going to hold you. Miss Shirley need to chill. Because at the end of the day, she only been born. She only been on earth like 45 months. How you only been living like 45 months and you throwing your hip like that, though? Like, that's crazy. Yo, did y'all know that them guys still on the run? Yeah, 2 of them is. The most dangerous, too. They probably the ones put the plan together. The guys from New Orleans that escaped from the jail, 10 of them, 8 of them got caught. Yeah, the bounty over their head is $50,000. They got 2 people that turned 2 of them in, and they both got rewarded the same day, if not the next day. Because the people in the force in the what's the word I'm looking for? The people in the the crime people tagged up. So they got $50,000 to give you right now. Because you got the feds working on it. You got Dog the Bounty Hunter. The cops. The marshals. U.S. Marshals if you're running slow. You got everybody looking for you. People on the train see your pictures. So they put that money together. That's why I'm letting you know who they all teamed up with. So you know that $50,000 is real deal Holyfield. And like I said, 2 people got rewarded already you have to give them something and they lead up to an arrest. Right? So now I'm thinking, why the hell would I want to do that? Hey, these niggas breaking out of jail. Man, what type of fool would I be to report something or somebody and these niggas is breaking out of jail? They got money to 100,000, but you could have took that same 50,000 and paste that hole up. Because I already know what happened and I already know how jails is built as far as the wall. They all built with the same material. It ain't nothing different. The cheapest shit. They don't want to spend nothing on nothing. That's why they feed you like that. You'll be surprised they budget that they get to house people in there and to feed them. And they take the cheapest route. You know how you know that? Because certain places that you go when you get incarcerated, they ain't like that. They got real food, if not real fish. They got or real fruit. Or they got enough food, even if it's bullshit, they got enough to go around for more and more and more and more. It's not like that in certain places because they being greedy. So what they doing is just taking the budget and buying enough food to serve 3,700 people, and they only gonna pay $1,100. They getting $1 million check just on food. And ain't nobody checking up to see how do we eat. That's the last thing somebody gonna do. Are you feeding them in there? Don't. You know? So I don't know if anybody wanna see something, say something when you got these boys breaking out of jail. You gonna mess around and get killed. You gonna bust out of jail again. And one thing about busting out of jail, the main 2 motivations to bust out of jail is when you think or feel like somebody fucking your bitch, you trying to get out of there by any means necessary. Or when you just it's just too tempting. Like when it's too easy, oh man, you out of there. You know what I mean? Those like the major two things, man. That would make you go up out of there. But the bond is not the bond, but the bounty is 50 racks for anybody leading to the rest. It got to be an immediate rest. Now, I'm only saying that because this is what's happening in the case. It has come to that. I'm not promoting nobody to tell or don't tell. All I'm telling you is what's happening. What kind of man would I be if I only gave you half the story and have you thinking and trying to fill the rest in? Come on now. No, I'm gonna tell you what's going on, whether you like it to hear, whether you like to hear it or not, or whether you look at me different for repeating what it says. 50,000 turn them in. It got to be an immediate rest. Like they got to call and be like, 911. Yo, this nigga right here that just took off from the prison, he right here right now, bitch. And I can hear him like, dispatchers is crazy. They ask, you be like, get the fuck over here, my people's dying. They ask the weirdest shit. What kind of car does he drive in? Is he laying next to a car? Yeah, he on the street laying down. What color's the car? Blue. What's the mileage? Bitch, he laying on the ground. He ain't goddamn ground. He with the goddamn mileage. Get your dispatchers do too much. So why do you think somebody want to call and be like, yo, I got the nigga that right here? Dispatcher be loud sound the other end. Which one? The dangerous one or the one with the tattoos on his face? Where you at? They loud as hell. They do too much. Dispatchers do too much. You can hear it when other people call. So who like want to take that chance and lose their life? You telling on somebody that's breaking out of jail. You break out of jail once, twice, you can do it 3 times. They'll put you in a position. They'll put you in a different facility that's more defensive, like lockdown. Then you might not get off. But it's always if it's a will, there's a way. I learned that a long time ago. Especially when you put your motivation to something. You ain't going to give up. I don't care what it is. If you really want something, you ain't going to give up. You're going to go after it. That's on God. Word to mama. Because in life, when you do stuff, it could be, it's like a gift and a curse. You see something, say something, but I say that if he hurting your neighborhood or breaking in your house, but to do it, hell no. Don't do it. I can see, like I said, if he just riding around, robbing the cars, breaking in cars, killing people, shooting people, yeah. But at this point, he gonna be chilling. He don't want to go to jail. He gonna try and get some money. That's what he gonna try and do. He ain't gonna continue in life for too much crime. Both of them, they gonna just be trying to get some money. They might get caught with some drugs. On God, feel me? Because it's not really much they can do. They all over the TV. They is super famous. I know all of them look like. That's crazy. For real. The only time I know stuff like that from a lineup is if I know if they from my neighborhood or where I'm from. But when it's like an out of town like that, bitch, is crazy. But when you can spot like that, it's crazy. But that's how it is when you up under them like that. You know what I mean? I just hope that they get caught. When they get caught and they healthy, because they gonna get caught. They healthy and they ain't lose their life or have to hurt nobody and make things worse. You know what I mean? So that's all I ask, is that they have a safe capture whenever, if ever. But I also want them to know that like a life of crime right now has to stop. You have to figure out what you're going to do with yourself. Life of crime has to stop. There's really nothing you can do. So if anybody know where they at out there, don't tell for the 50,000. Just give them that positive message, man. Tell them, man, it's just really nothing you can do. Your face, all you're known. You know what I mean? You're just gonna have to make some way in life. Can't do it productively. I just want to know why Ray J is going off on the internet. Because last time I checked, he was down with the Money Team. He was down with Suge Knight, wearing red, and Kane goes like he should. I mean, like he a gangster. Ray J is crazy. So Ray J and Suge Knight is going back and forth. They have words over the internet about Suge Knight said he go with Diddy. He see him. I'm not seeing him, but he know of him to have sexual actions with Diddy. Everybody knows that is what Suge's saying. And Ray J is on his big platforms talking about Suge Knight. He disrespected him to the fullest. Like he disrespected him to the fullest, my nigga. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, um, I believe Suge Knight could be in jail just a little bitter. You know what I mean? Because he wasn't doing too much talking like this when he was out here, and it ain't got nothing to do with social media. You dig me? It just don't. Some certain people, you dig me? It just don't go there. It just be real deal. Certain people, but yeah, Suge been around for a while, man. Ray J was around for a long time. So I never saw this coming. You know what I mean? But Ray J been on TV, he been speaking his piece saying, when he got to it with Diddy and them sons, he said he told her I was not talking about your dad. I was talking about Suge Knight sleeping with men. I was not talking about your dad. So that makes sense because he never said no name when he was doing it. But you know what I mean? So now he's saying names. So at the end of the day, that's you know, that's the thing. But yeah, man. What you gotta learn out here now, man, is that you just can't expect too much loyalty out of a lot of people, man. I never saw stuff like that happening. I mean coming with Suge Knight and Ray J. And it's real shit in between that. Real friendship. Um Time, man, they know each other. You dig me? Ray J was younger. Just so much, just so much was going on at that. Just so at the end of the day, man, I just think that Suge Knight is in jail a little bitter. Ray J, and I think he pissed Ray J off by being in jail bitter and saying stuff because that he wasn't saying when he was out here. I know Big Bag Suge Knight was tough. I know that. But he still wasn't saying shit. He was running around with Ray J. So I don't know. I remember seeing it. So I don't know. But, Ray J is, on his platform speaking his piece and none of that happened. And he put that on everything he loved. And I believe him. I believe him. I believe Ray J just was young and it looked like he was getting advantage taken of him for whatever reason. Not saying he looked crazy or looked soft or anything. I'm just saying, like, that's just what I think. He was getting taken advantage of in the industry. You dig me? Even though his parents was involved, his moms and his dad and shit, they was involved in his life for a long time, even with his sister Brandy. You know what I mean? His mom and dad was involved with that too. Or I believe his mom was. One of them too, but I know his dad, they both had something to do with her career, one way or another. You know what I'm saying? So I could understand her, well, not her, but I could understand, Ray J outlook on things, feeling a certain way, drained out with Hollywood. Just even though there's more bitches every day, people use Ray J to get the bitches. He been through a lot in the industry, you know what I'm saying? But I think that, he just needs to, just I don't know what he doing, if he playing or he not. But sometimes with that Ray J is crazy with that gay talk, man. He crazy. So, but he say he ain't, but he got friends that's like that. So it's nothing wrong with that at all. It ain't. It's just funny how this is all unfolding. You know what I mean? It just makes you want to think like, damn, what else is there to come? Why he doing that to him? Damn, I thought he fucked with him. It's like that, man, all over again. Word up. So, you know, it is what it ain't, man. Y'all just slid in. Drop a drink on you, drop a jewel on you. You already know, man. Just not really doing too much tonight, man. Just working it. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate your patience. I appreciate you tuning in. Like I said, like, subscribe, even share some shit. You heard? Don't be no hater like a bunch of niggas I know. You know what I mean? God is good, man. That's all. That's it. I'm out of here. 50-50 Felipe show. Bang.